Hi everyone, it's Adrian Pessel here. Today's topic is prompting. Billions of hours are now only one good prompt away. The difference between getting average results and extraordinary results often comes down to one thing: knowing how to ask. That's what today's all about. Not the technology, not the bots, but the prompts. AI is just not a high-powered Google search. You shouldn't just simply type a question in and wait for an answer. You should teach it. You should coach it, negotiate with it, keep getting better outputs. Because when you learn how to do that well, AI doesn't replace your thinking. Better results with less wasted energy. You unlock the vault to accomplish all the work that you want to do. You need to think about what you actually want to get from it. Whether you're using ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, my first question to you is this: have you personalized it? Most platforms allow you to customize how the AI responds to you. Now, if you don't do this, over time, it will naturally start learning your patterns. But to intentionally personalize your AI gives you much better results. Most sites, you will find this customization section near the menu where your name is. You will find a system prompt space or customization instructions in an area. So you find that. The next question is, what kind of instructions do I give it? I want you to start thinking about this. What's your communication style? Are you direct, conversational? Do you want it to be strategic? How do you want it to sound? What kind of research do you want? Do you want it to state its sources every time it gives you a response? Do you want your AI to challenge you? We all know that AI is naturally designed to please you. I don't think we all need another yes person in our life. So if you want better thinking, tell it to ask questions, challenge assumption, play devil's advocate. Here's a prompt you can put in your platform and say, help me come up with my personalization. And if you really don't feel like doing that, I created a GPT for all my students to use to kind of get them along a little bit. It'll give you a good foundation and then you can tweak it from there. It's called the Persona Forge. And what it'll do, it'll ask you questions about who's your favorite authors. When people sell to you, what do you really hate? And it'll help you work things through so you can do it a bunch of different ways. Okay, now let's get into building the prompt framework. The first thing I want you to do is define success before you ask. List your constraints. Clarify your deliverables. What are the guardrails that you want to use? Does it need to be in a certain format? Do you want it to be formal? Do you not want it to use any slang words? If you're in an industry that has certain rules and regulations like we are in real estate, I'm going to make sure in my prompting, it says follow fair housing. Whatever my industry regulations are, I'm going to put it in there. I'm also going to put in there, if I ask the AI to deliver a piece of artwork and I want it to be by my company colors, in my prompt, the color code, the color palette that I'm going to use. I may say, I don't want emojis. I don't want dashes. I want it to be 500 words or less. That's the beginning of your thought process. Remember what I said, clear thinking starts before clear prompting. Now let's go into standard expert prompt framework. Now, different trainers will have different titles for this. Don't get wrapped up into what people call things. Just understand the general framework. And once you get in the habit of prompting, it's going to start coming easier. A lot of professionals refer to this as prompt engineering. The first thing you want to do is set the role. Who is AI acting as? Experience level. Is it a top producing agent? Is it a consultant who gets paid $3,000 an hour? Then who is this for? What's the audience? The client, a skeptical buyer, skeptical seller. You? Is it guidance to help you go through something? Then we go into 3, clarify the objective. What's your goal? 4, add context. What's happening right now? Is there something else that might be affecting this that you want to throw in there? Is it about market conditions? Is it a client situation? They're angry. And we're going to go ahead and number 5, set the guardrails like I had mentioned before. The length, at least 1,000 words, no bullet points, no corporate jargon, color schemes that you want. And then lastly, define the tone: professional, direct, warm, strategic. Even though some of this you may already put in your customization, still put it in your prompt. So I'm going to show you what an example of what a prompt would be. How many years experience they are, the goal. Give it the guardrails, high impact LinkedIn post under 500 words on X topic. Focus, practical insights, real example, and actionable guidance without fluff. That's a solid prompt. You can get that, master the basic prompt. As you do this more and more, you will get better at it. Now, if you want to take it to the next level, This is what I do, and what I get back from it is fabulous. I challenge AI. I want to do a stress test. And even though I put in my personalization again, challenge me, I am going to put in after my prompt that says, before you begin, ask me at least 3 questions so you can deliver to me exactly what I want. Your outputs are going to be so much better, because what I want you to do is treat AI like a skilled assistant needs proper briefing. And once you do that, outputs just are great. Get into a little bit more about assigning a role with a purpose. So here's an example. Act as a Northern Virginia top producing real estate strategist. Act as an interior designer who specializes in high impact makeovers on a tight budget. Act as a voice and communication coach. Ask me 3 questions to identify what's holding me back, and then give me specific advice to communicate with more confidence and clarity at work. Act as a content strategist who turns everyday expertise into compelling personal brand stories. Act as a negotiating coach using Chris Voss never split the difference tactics. So you can use these for so many different things. You just have to ask. So here's an example for social media content. The role: you are an expert at converting articles into engaging social media content. So let's say you read an article from somewhere and you're like, gosh, this would be a really great piece. Okay, well, let's put the article in your AI and then prompt it. Description: rewrite this article in my voice for LinkedIn, Facebook, or Instagram. Keep the tone professional, friendly, conversational, no salesy or corporate jargon. Cite the original source, avoid plagiarism, follow fair housing guidelines, and add a disclaimer that this is for informational purposes only, not legal advice. So if you get information from NVAR and they give market stats, why don't you take that and create a visual with it? You're going to check facts and errors. You're going to strengthen what feels weak. You read something and your voice doesn't sound like you correct it. And then you get that back again. And then you know what? Challenge it one more time. Ask for the pros and cons. Have it play devil's advocate. Say, okay, if I write it this way, could this be taken the wrong way? And don't forget to ask proof from credible sources. So here's an example of what I mean by avoid the sameness trap. Go on LinkedIn, go on Facebook, and start looking at the posts that people put out there. You see the first picture here? They have this gold hue to them. Like, okay, AI did that. I don't think that's great to do. I think you need to make sure it has your mark on it. These pictures are all the same information, but what I did, I tweaked in how I wanted it turned out. So this one, I want it more modern, clean, white background, blue and black type, and very simple and elegant. Same information. They look very different, don't they? Then I said, okay, let's try make it look like it's graffiti and have free reign of what you put on here. So it decided to get rid of this, and this is what it gave me. Then I said, okay, I want you to give this in a Picasso look. So we have to make sure that we are aware when everybody uses that same weak prompt, you're just going to be like everyone else. Harvard Business Review did a study when people were judged as less competent when others believed that AI helped them produce their work, even when the output was identical. Now that's kind of weird, because here we're teaching about using AI to support you, but yet people are judging you because they say, oh, AI did that, you didn't. So what is that telling us? Don't copy and paste. Use AI to do the heavy lifting, but you still need to do the work. Generic AI work does get noticed, but probably not the way you want. Personalize AI outputs to protect your credibility. Because when we do avatars of ourselves, and that's great, it'll save you time. I'm a big believer in transparency. How are they going to know, okay, you're the AI lady who's showing your house and you're doing all this stuff, yet you show a video of you helping the homeless people or delivering food or whatever else you want to do? How do they know that that's not AI and you're really doing that? Okay, now let's say I have a listing appointment. Calls up and says, I was wondering if you can come by and give evaluation of my home. I can do tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. So I have less than 24 hours to put together a CMA. Drive by the house that I'm going to be doing the CMA for, the subject property. So I'm going to take a picture with my phone and I add a prompt to it. Luxury real estate photographer creating an image for an important client. Audience, discerning buyers or potential sellers who expect magazine quality visuals. And then I give it instructions of what I want it to do. And then the experience, I want the final image should feel like an architectural digest cover. give it the tone, give it the objective. And then the important part, because I'm doing a property, I don't want hallucinations. So do not alter or hallucinate any part of the home itself. Siding, windows, doors. I don't want it to come up with change the front window to a bay window. I give it direct instructions. And then ready? Boom. Typing the prompt took longer than it did for it to do that. And I did this on Gemini because Gemini does images much better. Now, one thing I want to be clear about, you have to stay truthful. If you did virtual staging, object removal, you have to disclose that. Now, like California and Texas are making it a requirement. If you modify a picture in any way using AI, it has to be identified. Okay, AI can also be used for working on personal growth. Maybe you want to get better at commanding the room, working on your listing presentation. There are ways that you can set your AI up to actually be your coach. I have GPTs that we're going to get into next training that we have, different things that could really help you grow yourself as a person. Use AI to help you come up with the scripts that you can practice for advice on how do I sound? How many ums am I saying in this speech? Practice your presentation on a Zoom. Then take the Zoom call, how it gives you the summary, put that into your AI and say, how did I do? And you're going to get real feedback. You can make AI be a really tough coach on you if you want. Okay, so I've been talking about a couple GPTs, and I'm not sure if everybody understands what they are. So what I'd like to do is explain navigating the AI menu. And I'm going to use it like a menu because I think it's sort of easy for me to describe it that way. Like food. So let's say a chat, which is something you do one and done, and you ask it a question and it doesn't remember the chat and the chat's over and you could go back and try to find it, but it's really just a one and done. Think of that like a drive-through. It's quick in, quick out, and that's how you go. Then you think of a GPT, which is sort of like your mom's recipe book. You have the ingredients. If you follow the ingredients and follow how you're going to cook it, you're going to get the same results every time. So you can do GPTs for, like I said, for speech, then and now listings, how you can do your persona. It could be shared with other people. That's the nice thing about GPTs. It's just not for you. You can keep it just to yourself, but you can also make it public. So that's why I create my GPTs that I can share them with my students. They're free, they're easy to use, and you just plug them in and it saves everybody a whole lot of time. Now we have projects, but they're kind of similar to GPTs, but instead of mom's recipe book, think of a project like planning a Thanksgiving dinner. It's bigger. You're using all the things that you have. Maybe it's the silverware, the glasses, the food, the stuff in your freezer, and you're putting together this full menu and an afternoon of events that you might go back to a couple times because you're not going to plan the whole dinner in just one day, right? So that's like a project. Now, if you think of an agentic AI, like you have your personal chef, you tell it what you want to eat, when you want to eat, and then you walk away, and the agentic AI or your personal chef is working in the background. And then when you go back, your food is ready. The agentic AI has done all your tasks and workflows for you. So that's the 4 ways of thinking of AI in a very simplistic way. So what I want to do now is show you a couple GPTs that I made for myself. So I have a home appreciation trend. I have the Persona Forge, which what we talked about earlier, personalizing your AI platform. Difficult conversations, whether it's with a family member, a boss, a client, what's the best way of handling it? In Claude, I have projects. So this is my article rewrite because I will go back and forth to that. And then I also have a project for prompting power that's going to help me make better prompts. So these are things that you can do with AI that just streamlines your workflow and makes your life easier. Key takeaways from today's class. Number 1, clear thinking always comes before clear prompting. Number 2, personalize your AI platform so you get better outcomes and you have less back and forth work. Number 3, follow the prompt guidelines to get stronger results. Number 4, challenge your AI, ask it to play devil's advocate. Number 5, put it in another AI platform. Ask it to critique it. Think of it like you're bringing it to a committee and having them review your work. Number 6, make sure your voice still comes through. AI should never replace your thinking. It should only enhance it. Well, thank you very much for sharing your time with me. I'll see you in my next class using AI for listings. Have a good day and be well, everyone.